Hey everybody, this is Rob, and in honor of National Coming Out Day 2020, which is October 11th, 2020, I decided that I want to share my coming out story. And I was kind of thinking about it this week and reflecting on things and thinking, why now? You're 54 years old. What's the point? Well, the point is I've done a lot of soul searching, a lot of growth the last couple of years, putting things together, really a lot in the last couple of months. Well, actually a few months. This whole crazy year has also given me a lot of time to reflect and do some work and some soul searching. And so part of the reason why I'm telling my story is because I really connected why I did the things I did for most of my life. And I really think that no matter where you are in your life, that there's a lot of you that can relate to my story, because I feel like this is a common story with a lot of us. So I'll just start off from the beginning. I mean, grew up in Los Angeles area, San Fernando Valley. I'm a total Valley boy, original Valley boy. For the most part, I look back as a kid, my young childhood, I was a pretty normal kid, loved to go out and play, didn't really stay in the house a lot, was always outside. With my friends, playing and doing what kids do. What wasn't so normal about that part of my childhood was that my parents were divorced, which I guess is not a big deal, probably better. But there was a lot of fighting that I was around, no matter who I was around, whether my dad or my mom and her husband, my stepdad. There was just a lot of fighting. So I really learned at a young age that I need to be a good boy, even though I did get into mischief, as my grandmother used to call me, mischief maker. But I had to please people. I had to be the good boy. So I learned at a young age to be that people pleaser. And so as I got older, as a young boy, I never thought about sexuality. It wasn't in my mind. Never thought about crushes or anything like that. I was just a boy, like furthest thing from my mind. That awareness really didn't come around until probably like 11-ish, 10, 11-ish, as I think about it. But even then, I didn't really know what to do with it. Just remember seeing good-looking men on TV and having crushes on them. There was nobody in my life that really made comments about gay people. Even if they did, I probably wouldn't have understood it. In my teen years, as I started realizing more and more that I was attracted to other boys, it was hard because I didn't know what to do with those feelings. I didn't feel like I had anybody to talk to. So I just kind of kept them inside. I didn't really talk about it. We started taking, some human sexuality classes in school. But again, I didn't really know what to do with that, and I always just felt awkward. In high school, those feelings definitely escalated, but again, wasn't sure what to do. I had a girlfriend, took her to the prom. And then it really wasn't until, around after high school, when I started looking into more of finding other people like me that I could talk to. So I found this support group. This is probably back in 1984. Yeah, 84-ish. This man named Lee opened up his house and had a gathering. I believe it was once a month, if I remember correctly, where there was gay people, lesbians, transgender, just a whole host of people. And we were there to talk, to have fellowship, to get to know each other. The biggest thing was we used to do these, we'd get in with a partner and we'd practice coming out with each other. And again, I was scared. I didn't know who to tell. And then when I was, gosh, I don't know, 20, I figured, okay, today's the day. I'm gonna tell my dad. So I'll never forget, he was outside and he was watering the grass. And at the time I thought, well, if I tell him I'm bi, that's probably gonna be better. Not totally gay. He might think I still like women. So I said, Dad, I'm bisexual. He looked at me and he said, so you're trying to tell me you like to get it up the butt? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even know what that means. Well, I knew what it meant, but anyway, so that was his reaction. And that was really the extent that I ever talked about it with my dad. He would never say anything to me. He would never bring it up, except that he thought that I would, because this was back in the early days of HIV, that anytime I had a cold, that he thought that I was going to get sick. But he would never say it to me. He would always say it to other people. But it was hard because I wanted to please him. And his one question always was, when are you going to bring home a nice girl for me? So I was a people pleaser. As I was, filling my oats in my early 20s, and I had one set of friends that I could be open and out with, one set of friends that I wasn't so comfortable. And I remember a friend of mine, her mom said to me one day, and I don't remember what year this is, she says, I used to love Rosie O'Donnell until I found out she was gay. I was like, what? I thought to myself, like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was her whole issue with Rosie O'Donnell. She said she lost a lot of respect for her. Well, in those days, I had a lot of people in my life that suggested that I could pray away my choice or pray away my lifestyle. And I wanted to make them happy. And I really did think that at that time that I was going to go to hell. Let me tell you, you cannot pray away who you are. There's no fucking way. I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I prayed, and I asked God, please take this away. Because if it's so bad, why are people telling me that I can't be me? After months and months and months, I realized that I couldn't, that it's not a choice. Being gay is not a thing that I just decided one day, hey, I'm gay. Being gay is something that I was born to be. I was created by God this way. I don't know why. It is what it is. That's how I was created. We're all created, in my opinion, all created in God's image. And we're perfect. And we all are different. But being gay is not something that I can change. So now I know that if somebody has a problem with it, obviously it's triggered something for them, and that's something that they need to deal with and not bring it on to me. That's an issue between themselves. At the time, I didn't have the courage or the awareness to be able to say things like that. But it was always a tenuous relation with my dad. But I was lucky because I did have friends that were kicked out of their house, disowned by their family because they were gay. And so I was very thankful that I never experienced that. But I knew a lot of people did. And it definitely was very, very, very sad. I moved back in with my dad in '99 to take care of him because he had gotten Alzheimer's. And he begged me not to put him in a home. So I honored him, and I did that. He died in September of 2000. But even before he died, I did have a girlfriend for a little while because I wanted him to think that I was making him happy by having a girlfriend. So I was still in and out of the closet, even in my 30s. He died in September of 2000, and I remember that December, a show aired on Showtime called Queer as Folk. And I just remember watching these guys on this TV show, having fun, having a life, having relationships. And I just remember thinking, I want that to be me. I want to have that life. I want to be happy. Well, I made that decision, and I did. And it was that year, actually 2001, a few months later, that I met my now husband, Randy, and that's when my life really, really started, as far as that part goes. But I'm going to continue on because the story does continue, but it's not just about sexuality. It affects a lot of other things. I still was doing what people expected of me. The job, the career. I had other ideas, but I was scared of what other people would think. And I was still trying to make others happy. So it's really not until this year, at 54 years old, that I just said, enough is a fucking enough. Like, knock the shit off. And I think there's a lot of us who have these realizations because we spend our lives pleasing other people, making others happy. And we yet take so little time to make ourselves happy. So I decided that this is the year, this is the time that I'm working on not only filling my soul, but helping to fill the soul of others. Because it's my turn to give back, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says to me. Because it's none of their business. And I encourage all of you to be you. Come out as you, whoever that is. About 3 years ago, I went to my first Bob Proctor seminar, and he said, your spiritual DNA is perfect. I had never heard anybody tell me that I'm perfect, just the way I am. Those words that Bob Proctor said changed my life forever. But it's taken me a long time to really take those in. So friends, just be you. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. Life's too short. I've been reminded of this so much lately. And to my LGBTQ brothers and sisters who are struggling, know that you always have friends, you have resources. I'll be there for you. And we have to be there to support each other. And we have to stand big and stand proud. A lot of people are depending upon us. And that's just in general. A lot of people are depending on us because we're all here and designed for a reason. And there are no mistakes, and you're not a mistake. And today, at 54 years old, I can say I am not a mistake. And yes, I agree. My DNA is perfect. So whatever you do, don't worry about making others happy. Don't worry about being a people pleaser, because in the end, I was miserable for years and years and years. So I'm just here to tell you that it just doesn't work. Be you, be proud no matter what that is. Don't let anybody kill your dreams. Thank you for listening, friends. You all have a fantastic day. And be grateful and have faith.